Welcome Libra Ascendant, Libra Rising. This is your March 2020 video. It is your second video for this month because this one talks about the butt end of March. There's going to be a lot of exciting stuff happening. So I'm going to go deep. I'm going to give you degrees. I'm going to give you dates. We're going to talk about the earth signs. There could be some beautiful grand trines happening. We're also going to dip into the new moon, which happens at 4 degrees Aries. So let's discuss all astrology. All right, this is Libra Ascendant, Libra Rising. Welcome and thank you for watching 4 degrees Aries. It's a new moon. They're always when the sun and the moon are together. At this particular new moon, we have Chiron as a player as well, sitting right here at 5 degrees. These are at 4, all right? So it's moon at 4 degrees. It's the sun at 4 degrees, but it's Chiron at 5 degrees, okay? This is all in Aries. This happens in your 7th house, okay? 7th house is all about my significant one-on-one relationships. 7th house is folks that you may consult, whether it's a doctor or a lawyer or an astrologer. 7th house is all about partnerships, okay? It's people that we compromise with in some way and people that we let into our life on a personal note, right? It's like if it were to be a lawyer, like they know about whether it's your finances, they know, like if you're going through a divorce or something, they know about that, right? There's certain levels of intimacy that they are aware of. And so there is this compromise that we're willing to make with those kind of folks. Now, again, you can put anybody you want into that placement. It doesn't have to necessarily represent someone that you're married to. It could be someone you're really close to. It could be somebody that you're a business partner with, especially. They always say that about this house placement. Now, this new moon, having it there, look for the degrees, okay? Because some people, like I'm looking at a chart right here, and their Aries 4 degrees, they have like all the Aries in their 7th house. But because it's 4 degrees, they have literally 5 degrees of Aries in their 6th house. So that means that when I say look at your new moon location, it literally lands in their 6th house. So it's not part of their 7th house. Well, so if it's 6th house, that's different. 6th house is my health, about our jobs. It's about daily routines. So our health habits. It's our hygiene as well, our domestic pets. The 6th house energy takes on a whole different vibe than the 7th house. It has a whole different meaning to it. Look for the degrees so that you know. And if you are new here, comment your stuff down below, okay? Because if you comment, when I say your stuff, that's your digits, your birth digits. When you comment that, I can then draw up a chart and I can help you to better understand where is the 4 degrees Aries. I appreciate your comments. Share your knowledge here. Other folks read comments all the time, and we are a community, and we are a community of learners. We love knowledge. Otherwise, we all wouldn't be here. Share whatever kind of beautiful blessings you can give us by way of your wisdom. Libra Ascendant, having your Aries new moon wishes is going to be all about relating. It's going to be about relationship. For some folks, it's going to be about maybe I want a new relationship. Maybe have gone through a divorce, you know, Capricorn energy, right? We've had a mega stellium. We've got Saturn and Pluto still in Capricorn, which means it squares the Aries energy. It squares all cardinal, right? Well, it opposes your ascendant, which means you could be changing where you live. You could have been changing partnerships. Things about yourself have changed, right? Having Pluto and Capricorn and Saturn. And now I'm going to give you some current degrees. Mars at the new moon, which is at the end of the month of March. We've got Mars at 23 degrees. We've got Jupiter at 23 degrees. These are all in Capricorn. Pluto is at 24 degrees. Saturn at a critical 29.52 degrees in Capricorn. So let's put this all into perspective. What the hell does all that mean? So let's go back to the new moon, all right? I have to address Chiron being part of the new moon. Your new moon intentions obviously are in your 7th house, and those are where your wishes are, okay? Things about how you relate. When you have Aries in your 1st house, you're going to probably seek out new relationships all the time. And that doesn't mean new like relationships as in I need to be married again, although this is a person who would probably, depending upon other things in your chart, you know, having a partnership would be important to you because whether you're married to them or not, you discover things about yourself through relating with others, okay? And there is nothing more exciting for the Aryan energy than to discover things about itself. That is like, cha! Aries energy loves that. So having Chiron there, Chiron represents your deepest wound, and it's not specifically your Chiron, but it's the transiting Chiron, okay? And so the transiting Chiron is being T-squared by the nodes. The north node is at 4 degrees Capricorn. I'm sorry, the north node is at 4 degrees Cancer, and the south node is at 4 degrees Capricorn. Now, in your chart, this means that your home, your Capricorn energy, what you're letting go, what you're releasing, those structures, doesn't mean you literally have to let go of where you live, but there's something about the structure of the home that you're releasing. There's something about the way it used to be that you're releasing. And the opposing side, which is your ambitions and your goals, your Cancer's ambitions and goals, you have 4 degrees Cancer up at your midheaven, that is where you're going towards. This is where, that's your future. Okay, that Capricorn North Node stuff, South Node stuff is what you're releasing. It's what you're leaving behind. It's what you're saying, you know what? It's not going to be like that anymore. That's not what my future is about. I'm releasing that. And Cancer energy is I'm going towards this, but it's going to involve emotional security. It's going to involve my feelings. So your feelings are going to be a big part of what you now value. So that brings me to the Uranus energy. The Uranus energy is at 4 degrees in Taurus. I know, a lot of similar numbers here, right? The 4 degrees Taurus is sending a beautiful semi-sextile to the new moon energy in Aries. Now, the new moon in Aries, physically, Aries represents the body, but it also represents our head. Like for me, I have a lot of things in Aries energy, and it really affects my head literally. Like depending upon what things are moving where, I go through bouts of migraines. Aries off of the, if we go away from the exoteric, the physical, the tangible meaning of the Aryan energy, it has to do more with the thinking and our thought process because Aries tend to be impulsive. So if we incorporate more thinking, okay, that's going to be a big factor here and likely should be part of the new moon wishing. Somehow incorporating more thinking and not maybe jumping to conclusions so quickly about others, like about who they are, about how you relate to them, about how they relate to you, right? But incorporating more layers of thought. And that is the airy fine wine type of thing because it takes years of relating with folks to really develop that. Now, you do have Libra on your ascendant. So when you have Libra on your ascendant, you are the diplomat, right? You have the ability to relate to lots of different folks in lots of different ways. Typically, this is general, okay? So you're getting support from Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus is my values. What do I value? Okay, it's been changing. It's only at 4 degrees. Uranus still has 26 more degrees to go through the Taurus sign. Taurus is my desires, okay? What I love. And for you, that's been happening. Your Taurus energy is in your 8th house. So it's the house of other people's resources. It's not even just other people's resources. I like the more accurate way of talking about the 8th house to how I merge with other people's energy. That's really what the 8th house is. How, other people's energy is their money as well, because money is energy. But it's how I relate with it. How do I merge with it? How does that work exactly for me? And so Uranus going through there is changing that for you. It's changing the way you merge with other people's energy. Okay? So there might have been a strong inclination in the past where you were drawn to thinking that other folks, whatever they had, you had to have. And maybe not had to have, but you always thought that the grass looked greener on the other side. It's this whole, what I have isn't good enough. What they have somehow is better than what I have. So it would give you the perspective in terms of material things that you don't have enough or what you have somehow is lacking. Okay, that's kind of what that energy means. That's what that is. Because Taurus in the 8th house means I value what they have over what I have. Somehow theirs is better than mine. Okay, and that's all going to change for you. And that's lovely, right? Because it can then help you to more value self. The things you have, including who you are in your life and your qualities. Let's get back to the business of the new moon. It happens on March 24th. 4 degrees Aries, being supported by a 4 degrees Uranus and Taurus. At the same time, being squared by the 4 degrees North Node in Cancer, the 4 degrees South Node in Capricorn. Okay? That makes things uncomfortable. So it's areas of your home and your goals, your ambitions. They're squaring the Chiron energy. This is just going to be during this time. It's not going to be permanent. Uranus energy at the 4 degrees and that nice, sweet semi-sextile that it's sending, other than the value system, Uranus itself is smart. It's the scientist. It thinks outside of the box. So when we set a new moon intention, it has the ability to give us information, to add clarity to what we value, because it's been changing that. Uranus has been at these degrees messing around for about 2 years. So when we have it aspecting and semi-sextiling, which is sending beams of support. That's what the semi-sextile is. It sends beams of support for us to make these new moon intentions. It also sends beams of support that support our individual unique self. And so when we think about Chiron and Aries, a wound that we have about ourselves is somehow triggered, is somehow irritated and agitated by the T-square that's set up at home and the T-square that's set up at work. Because we've got the 10th house and the 4th house adding friction and stress. Okay? Now, all you have to do is just try to focus on what Uranus is trying to tell you, right? Uranus is sending you a beam of support, and it's saying, but this is you. These are the values that you have. These are the traits, the qualities, and the characteristics. You have this. You got this. You can do this. It challenges because it's like when we don't get challenged, we don't really see all the degrees of the beautiful things that we have, all of our abilities. They somehow are just latent. But then when a challenge comes around, it's like it's a part of us that rises up and we suddenly see additional beautiful degrees. And we're just like, wow, I didn't think I could do that. I don't know how I got through that, but I did. And when we have that, it adds another layer of confidence to who we are. Okay, a confidence that can add to our ego, right? Because that's the other thing about having a square. And Aries, Chiron and Aries, it could be areas of our ego that kind of get a little reminder of, hey, don't be, so all about me, and recognizing we instead. So for Libra Ascendant, Libra Rising, if you got any questions, if you got any comments, just comment below, and I would love to have a rapport with you to talk more about this, especially if you have specific questions with birth information. I can dive deep and understand it better, but also see if in your chart, if you have any stuff in the earth signs, right? And those 21, 22, 23, 24 of either Taurus or Virgo, because that would send up a beautiful sweet trine for you in you've got your Taurus energy in your 8th house, which is other folks' energy, other folks' money. And then you've got the Virgo energy literally sitting over there in your 12th house, which would be kind of a mystery. Okay, the 12th house is the hidden. It's what you're not aware of. It's the subconscious. It's past life. But also understand something else about the 12th house. The 12th house also represents hidden resources, believe it or not. Okay, so if you've got those ladder degrees there, right? If you've got 21, 22, 23, 24, because remember all the Capricorn stuff, that creates a nice, beautiful, grand earth trine. And if you want to know if you have stuff there, like you don't know anything about yourself in your chart, comment below. I will hook you up. All right, Libra Ascendant, Libra Rising, I hope this has helped to put some light upon your path. Bye.